Hi everybody, how's it going? This is 9 Solid here, and this is my next edition of my Let's Play of Unreal Gold. We're going to be going through Noork's Elbow, and then onward towards the Temple of Vandora. This is footage that I pre-recorded, so I'm not actually playing it and doing the commentary at the same time. Much because I did have commentary for this that I kind of stashed away, and life got in the way, and I think I ended up accidentally deleting the audio, so I'm just going to talk over this for the next 25 or so minutes, and tell you what's been going on. So, I think, when did I start this? In March? Life just kind of got in the way. I graduated college in June, which was fun. And since I've been looking for jobs, I feel like I'm pretty close, but not quite there yet. Anyway, so yeah, I've been doing some freelance work. I'm a 3D artist, and kind of like a digital, just a digital artist, do Photoshop paintings and stuff like that. So I've been doing freelance work to make some money, as well as doing some work part-time with my dad. And that's pretty much, there has been very little time for Let's Play. And so I apologize for that, but we're getting back on track. I am trying to set aside more time to take care of this, because I actually do really enjoy this game, and enjoy footage. You know, recording, editing, cutting it up, splicing in my own audio on top of it. It's actually a good time, and I'm kind of getting the hang of the whole process still, so it's a learning experience. But anyway, so we're moving on here through Noork's Elbow, which is similar to Harrowbed Village in that it's kind of like an in-between. There's some light enemies, and you essentially are just kind of stocking up for the next battle in the Temple of Vandora, which is the NaPali god of thunder, and she has 4 breasts. So that's one thing I remember from. That's one thing I take out of playing through this, is the fact that she's sitting on a throne with lightning kind of coming down, looking all powerful with 4 breasts. So here it is up here. I made it through the Noork's Elbow. I'm guessing it was kind of like a 90-degree shape, so elbow is where they got that from. I kind of like Kylo. I hate these mercenaries because it always seems like, especially in Tyranniacs, it always seems like just as when you're ready to kill them, they throw up their shields, just to be a dick. So, anywho, trying to gather what I remember from this. Oh, we got Ali. And there's a lot of, there we go. Finding the weapon that doesn't use ammo to try and collect stuff, because that's good. Alright. So recently, I've had a lot of issues with this. I had to, re-download all of the textures, because since maybe 2 months ago, whenever I stopped, like I think I uploaded another video 2 months ago, and that was after a 4-month break. And I recently downloaded Windows 8, and a couple months ago I like cleaned out my whole computer, deleted a whole bunch of old files, dealt with a lot of, you know, I have a really small main hard drive that I use essentially just for the Windows operating system. That's it. Maybe have like 30-40 free gigs on it, and not a lot of space. And so I was just moving stuff around. I have 2 other hard drives that I use. One mainly for work, and one mainly for video games and play and music and movies and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I was just moving things around, making sure everything was in the right hard drive, because you know things get mixed up all the time. I was putting a whole bunch of stuff in H that should have been in my D drive. And, you know, it was... Anyway, because I did this, let me get to the point. I ended up losing the textures and just had to basically reinstall Unreal. I had to reinstall the HD textures, but because I'm smart, I backed up my saves to a special spot that wasn't actually a part of the old, in the file. So I was able to recover all that without having to redo all of the work I put in. So that kind of played into the reason. Anyway, but one of the things I mentioned earlier, I graduated college in June. From like March until June, that 3-month span was complete hell, and there was absolutely no way I was getting any Let's Play work done. I graduated with a degree in video game art. Oh shit. He took him right out. He just stopped and just turned around, stabbed him to death, and then turned right back towards me. So I focus on 3D modeling and animation, and also creating like characters, environments, and all that stuff that and I get to work with game engines, which was a lot of fun. So we have to work on a video game for the senior year, and so by the time we got to March, it was essentially like our do or die. This is either going to get done or it's not. You have 3 more months to do it, and but the way it was set up is like kind of the first term during the fall is kind of pre-production. You work on concept art, developing out, sketching out your game, all that kind of fun stuff, and maybe a little bit of prototyping by the end of the term. Winter was main production mode. That's where you do most of the heavy game work, and then the spring, you do. It's supposed to be polishing. I mean, that's how it's supposed to work. That's not how it ever goes. You're basically working on, because with small teams and only a year to do it, you're basically grinding it out to finish the game by the end. So worked on a small team making a game in Unity that I think turned out actually really well. It wasn't a shooter game, although first-person shooters might be my favorite. The college I went to tends to look down on first-person shooter games. They're not innovative. You're just shooting enemies, and that's been done before. I like blowing shit up. I'm sorry. But anyway, the game I worked on was called Conspicua, and it's a third-person, not necessarily point-and-click, but it's even though it started out as a point-and-click game, where you select your character. It's like a mystery adventure game where you play between 2 characters that both enter this supposedly a haunted mansion, and they both see it in 2 very different ways. Like they both have different personalities, and the way they see the mansion is different between the 2 of them. One of them's really into antiques and likes old things, so it looks nicer for her, and the guy just thinks it's a bunch of dead people's old crap, so it tends to look more dirty and grungy for him. So as you switch between the 2 characters, not only do they have different abilities and can do different things, the actual environment itself and the textures and the lighting all changes based off of which character you're playing as. So I guess that was what we wanted to, the kind of innovative, like each team is supposed to have that one innovative thing that's different from all the other games ever. And after, working with games for 2 or 3 years, I guess, obviously you should be easily able to make an innovative game that's going to change the world. But, anyway, so yeah, we were told there was a lot of, not a lot of not a lot of point-and-click games, so when they started off, they were like, I don't know, it kind of seems like a dated, in terms of, what's it called? Controls? What would you call it? But when it came to actually how we visually presented our game, people were pretty impressed. So looking forward, I think it turned out pretty well. It might actually, and we never sold it either. That was one thing we used. guess some assets from the asset store and like Adventure Creator to create it, and we didn't want to deal with having to go through the process of what we would have to do to be able to sell it. And it was more of like a, although it was supposed to be a fully fleshed out game, I guess it turned out more of a proof of concept, simply because of there was so much more we wanted to put in the game. Although the game turned out to be like a really long, big game. We created a whole mansion. With like 6 rooms, but they are actually like 12 rooms because the characters both see it in a different way. So each set of textures had to be different for each character. All the lighting had to be changed, and it was and we only had a team of 6 people, and there were 2 artists, myself and another, who worked on the game and created our own mansion from that. Alright, so we're actually activating the key here. And I think that is supposed to open... there's... trying to remember. Yeah, you set that on fire, obviously. That's good. What door did that open again? I'm backing up. Excuse me. There is like kind of a back area as you go through the temple. There's kind of like a back, like a valley that I think you reach, and it makes you think it's done, but then it's not. There we go. So we can see that I am going the wrong way. And can we go? Hey! And we got our Scourge enemy here. What's a Scourge? Or is that a mercenary? Yeah, got some seeds. Nice. ASMD cores. Nothing else up here. Anyway, so back to the game. Not to. Alright, I feel like I'm really ranting on about it, so maybe change the subject. But bottom end of the story, I thought it turned out really good. And so that was one of the reasons that from March up until June when I graduated, I have not had the time to really work on this Let's Play. But I do hope in the future to continue making games and to continue working on stretching my art muscles and being able to create some really cool content. Also, since I've been looking for jobs, there's not a lot of 3D art in my area. I'm from Philadelphia, by the way. So there's not a lot of... there's an indie game scene that's really hard to get into simply because all the companies are so small. But in terms of full-time employment, you know, you might be able to like get into a studio. If they're like, oh yeah, well, you can work for us and do some stuff if you want to do it for free. But also, there's not a lot of art in terms of like AAA, obviously, and no big AAA studios in Philadelphia in terms of games. But I did find apply for a job at a animation company, so I'd be happily willing to do any type of 3D modeling or 3D art, not just video games. And they make I just want to try and get back in the boat and it doesn't go. Boat, no go. No go boat. Anyway, they make a lot of office furniture and architectural renderings. So that could be a fun change of pace from making you know, haunted mansions and stuff. From that to office chairs and 3D houses. But you have to start somewhere. So I'm hoping to hear back from them. I had an interview like 2 weeks ago. They said they'd let me know between 2 and 3 weeks. So we'll see. And maybe I can not be a plumber anymore and not have to do as much freelance work. And if I can get a full-time gig we would be set in stone. I think you have to swim through some type of cave somewhere close. It's kind of coming back to me. What is this guy doing? Okay. So my strategy here is just to, if I shoot enough of them, he'll explode. There we go. Just kind of try and shoot him at his feet. And what do we got back here? Flares. And ah, here she is. I found her. Now if we'll just stand still so I can shoot him in the face, this would all go a lot smoother. Alright, wait, is there another guy behind me? Yeah. They're everywhere. I only have 8 health. This is looking bad. Good I got. I'm happy I got that. I mean, I know I survived. But since I'm just talking over this, but unless I die and had to, nope, I got full health. I was gonna say unless I die and had to restart again, that would be upsetting. And nope, let's go back the way we came. All right, let's fast forward this real quick because there's a lot of backpedaling and not realizing exactly where I had to go. But let's start it from over here. I will say, I remember the 4 breasts, but I totally forgot that she also had 4 arms. The arms apparently didn't really stand out as much to me, so it seems. But yeah. I did cut part out of the video because there was a lot of me futzing around. So this is back on track where I'm supposed to go. Things are now going smoother, and I think this is the point in which I go and get the additional upgrade for the dispersion pistol. So here we go. Made it here, and you just want to go right down, I think, and I'll lead you to the dispersion pistol upgrade and a mega health. Nope, not there. That's blocked off. There we go. So now, awesome, we have a nice little middle part to work on now to make it shoot even better. And then we swim and we backpedal the way in which we came. Alright. Wait, nope. There we go. Yeah, we can continue to climb up these steps. And we're back to where we started. And now we're at the outside. Finally made it. Makes you think this is the end of the game. However, it's not. Or, not the game, the end of this current map. Oh, shit. Alright, so let's take these guys out. Hit him with the dispersion pistol a little bit. And of course, he's gonna put up a shield. Oh, I love the explosive giblet effect when you kill characters in Unreal games. All right, so let's move on because we have a Titan coming up around this pass. Oh, nope. First we got a brute, and he's gonna shoot his rockets at us. fucking hate these guys. And there goes the mega health. So we're back to where we started. Go down. All right. Now moving on to the back, and yep, here is. I'll take that so I can have an 100, because 99 was not getting me anywhere. All right, so let's take out the Titan. And this one is really tough because there's so many steps behind you, so all the rocks he throws will bounce right back at you. So you have to make sure wherever he throws it to move sideways a lot, or else it'll all of the rocks will bounce right back at you from behind and kill you. It's easy to dodge the first rock, but it's the bounce back that'll really get you. So just gonna hit him with as many rockets as we can. Let him hit the ground and bounce up because he's strong. See, even that one was pretty close to hit. Oh god, and we're out. Okay, so let's try. These guys have so much health. Oh, that was very, very close. That's bad to get to have him throw one and then the other, and just to get kind of cornered like that. Avoid doing that. And we got him with the dispersion pistol. Dispersion pistol for life. Alright, and I think that is the end of the map. So up next we're going to have the trench, and possibly another after that. Thanks for coming by, and I'll see you guys next time.